In 2006, Clive Humby coined the term data is the new oil, published in papers, mentioned around the world. Politicians mentioned it. It appeared on the cover of The Economist. Might even be something you yourself have said. A metaphor, a way to make sense of a changing world in that time, a year before iPhones existed. Data is the new oil. Too bad it's wrong. It's an easy mistake to make. If we think back to the oil boom, it started about mid 1800s when the Azerbaijanis drilled 21 meters into the ground, struck oil, off it came. Since then, humans have been digging deeper and deeper holes into the earth, looking for what they call black gold. Once on its surface, it's processed. We ship it somewhere, process it, we ship it again. Then we use it. Once it's used, it's all done. And all that's left is some CO2 in the air and some microplastics floating around in our ocean. And it's an easy metaphor to understand. We think back to the time of the automobile, the poster child of the oil age. When it first came out, things were changing. 1900s, we all traveled around on horse and buggies. Well, my ancestors traveled around on horse and buggies. There was but one car in 1900 in New York. Less than 13 years later, the car has taken over. The explosive growth of the economy has come through, and there is just one horse left that we have. So it's a captivating tale, the sense of industry changing, economies changing. It's all going to be flipped up. 2006, coincidentally, Tesla announced their first car coming out, an electric car. Now, we could look at this car as simply another car, but it's much better to think about it as an iPhone on wheels rather than a Toyota Corolla with batteries, because it is really something different. And to think about that, we'll come back and look at how humans have had light. For millennia, we have had light from fire. Hundreds of years, we had light from candles, lighting the way, burning the wax as they come through. The gas age that drove all that industry gave us kerosene lamps, an improvement over time. Fire, candle, kerosene lamp. But then Thomas Edison came along and invented a light bulb. And this is something a little bit different. Oren Hariri has commented, the electric light bulb did not come from the continuous improvement of candles. It isn't a better way to burn something. It's something different. This is the way electricity has come about. We don't burn electricity better to get light. We use electricity. Because data is not the new oil. Data is the new electricity. Why would we say that? Well, think about electricity. Electricity flows much more like data. And now if we look at the world and how it's generated, we can have these massive scale dams pumping out power, wind farms. Or we can have small things like solar. We can use the data in small devices, like an iPhone that perhaps you have right now collecting data. Cars will use it. Applications will change, and all these micro scales will come together to give us electricity, but will also have the same effect with data. And unlike oil, when you put electricity into that car, you can take it back out. You can use it for something else. Suddenly, the Tesla, not just an iPhone on wheels, it's also a power bank on wheels too. At first, we treated data much like electricity and the others. We used it for what we knew, doing computations, doing calculations. We turned paper ledgers into spreadsheets, endless spreadsheets. We turned encyclopedias into Wikipedias. The data came around. We did what we had to. We did what was normal to us. But then, not too long ago, we had our friend ChatGPT, another light bulb moment that we still haven't fully absorbed as to what this means. And like that lightning shock of Edison with that light bulb, this is going to change how we use data. We'll be able to have information coming, information going. You can use data. You can have your report run, and you can use the data again. You can send it back to the warehouse. It's not gone. It hasn't expired. It hasn't turned into pollution. The data is going to flow through our systems, and we're going to find new uses to use it depending on our need, much like we would with electricity. It's a non-linear approach to how we're doing it. So as you're going back, thinking about your business, consider, do you want to think like the dinosaur? The companies all around us thinking data is the new oil, constantly refining the same things over and over again, making it a little bit better, a little bit brighter? Or do you want to think about it in a new paradigm, creating new opportunities of something that flows, something that's much more akin to the model that you want to have in your mind around electricity? Because data is not the new oil, it's the new electricity.